Hello and welcome back to Scratchbuilt Farm Models. So today's the 100 sub special. So it's a studio tour of my small shed which I have for modelling. So the first thing to say is thanks for all the support, it's really appreciated. Keep commenting, I do read all the comments, I really like seeing all the feedback. So let's get into it. So over here, this is the main workbench area, and then I've just got my tools hung up. And this was a small 1:50 scale diorama, but that will be coming down soon because I'm building a bigger one. And then up here, these are all my most often used people from the diorama, so I can just grab them and get them on for a scene or something. And this is my work in progress shelf. I've got loads of cut up bits of old models there. I've been starting to 3D print these link boxes, it still needs fine tuning a bit. And then I've got a balsa wood link box which I've been building. Then this trailer which I've been redoing, and the paint didn't take to it too well. It was a yellow one, I've resprayed the frame in silver. And that axle back there is to do a chipper. All these pieces of wood here I'm going to weather to make them like old sleepers. Then there's the Yanmar's original bucket, and the yellow one's the JCB 3CX backhoe original bucket. And then I've got all my bits and bobs up here, and then I've got the power down here. And then these are just drawers with all sorts in, because I've got, like, in this one, I've got people, firewood in there. I've got fencing, some electrical stuff, chains, glues, ratchet straps. And then, like this one, I've got all sorts. And then I've got lolly sticks, I've got tweezers and stuff in there. Then I've got a spare piece of silage pit cover, glue sticks in there. I buy them in bulk off of Amazon. And I've got bits and bobs up there, and notepads for like drawing out and how I'm going to lay it out. Then I've got more work in progress stuff up here. This is my old Scratchbuilt chipper, the axle's back there, I took it off. And I'm going to be building a new one soon. And then in that green container there's loads of silage chaff stuff. Then there's a sawmill which I built years ago which I'm going to rebuild, which is why it's up there. I've got small gates there. And then I've got all sorts of barriers, a bolster slicer, a link box, I've got a roller wire, spare tracks, hydraulic line, and I've got a table saw up here. Then there's some pallet forks, and then a dumper and a quad. Then I've got some more weight. This is sort of like all stuff that I'm modifying, work in progress. I need to add power takeoff and a lot more detailing into a lot of this stuff. That backhoe I've almost finished with doing all the controls. They broke, so I've been redoing them. And that pallet lift is going to get painted slightly differently and have some hydraulics added to it. And then this loader here, I've been building these attachments that clip onto the bucket. I built them years ago, but they don't look the best, so I'm going to be drilling the pins and making some that actually go on it properly. And then I've got an old fertiliser spreader up there, which the linkage is broken, which is probably why I was given it. And the top's missing, so I've got to fix that one up. And this one here is going to have some hydraulic line added to it. I've got some bales, small square, some pigs, and I've got some that's a chain harrow frame for some smaller machines. And over here, this is my 1:50 scale section. This is a diorama that I'm working on at the moment, and this is just marked out where stuff's going to go. Then I've got bits for it down here and cut balsa. I've got the tripod up there, some spare pieces of foam. And I've got radio in the top corner. Don't have power in here yet, well, to the top corner, so I don't have that. And then in here is all spare bales. With the On the Farm series, obviously we're gradually going through them, so I take them off and put them up in there. Some kitchen roll, and I've got a road roll of it there, which is going to be to redo some of this where it's starting to peel up. It's been here for ages. And this diorama here, there's a bigger board to go with it as well that I'm working on with a friend to take to a show, which would be good. And then we've got the log splitter there for it. And it's basically going to be a small holding. It's going to have a firewood yard and a few fields with some old tractors, older machinery, and some horses. Then over here, this is a lot of my forestry and bigger models. So I've got a scrap handler there, and it's got the grab around the corner. I've got a Komatsu forwarder and a Komatsu harvester. And then I've got a skidder, a bigger Fendt up there, a John Deere forwarder, and then a big case. And then here is a forgotten the name, hill climber, and I've got a Life Williams trailer. Then there's some more working on stuff up here. There's a 1-50 that needs some hydraulic cable adding. And then I got a new glue to get on with some stuff there. And then up here I got a handsaw for cutting down boards when I just need to do a little bit quickly. I've got some rolls of card, some rolls of road and grass fields and all sorts of that summer field stuff up there. And then they're the stables for this diorama that still needs finishing. And then obviously down here is the model. And then over here, this is all my 1-50 scale things and bits up here. Then I've got some more drawers here with all sorts in. I've got some pallets, screwdrivers, all sorts. And then these shelves here are where the main of my models are. Then I've got, this is a conversion I did to put a harvesting head on that Kubota. And then this drawer here I've got some ear defenders and goggles for using that little bandsaw down there, and other power tools for cutting board down and stuff. And then this brush should be hung up but it fell down. Then I've got a small vise there, glue gun and dustpan and brush there, cutting board, that piece of cardboard I put out when I'm painting anything, some offcuts of rolls and stuff, and a paintbrush to brush some stuff off. And then I've got a sieve up there, more glue, and this organiser I just made out of some pallet bits. And it's for all these tins, and I put, like, that top one's got axles in it, that one's got a few tools and bits in, there's sheep and cows in one, in some of them, all sorts. And because the main of my time down here is in the evening because I've got stuff to do in the day, I've got a torch when I go up to the house because it's normally dark. And then that's sort of the top side of it. And we'll go down to the bottom of it. So moving down, this is a rollout cart. The idea was to build displays on this in the summer and roll it back in, but it ended up being so I can still get to stuff. It's just on casters out of some old pallet bits and an old, wardrobe door for the top. It's quite a thin one, and then I just cut it all down and made that out of it. I've got some crates of supplies and bits of like grain and all sorts and bits and bobs. Sort of everything I need to make stuff's up there, different weathering stuff, paints. And then I've got a load of foam down there for scratch building stuff. You can buy it, sort of buy the sheet for £2, we buy 10 of them in bulk for £1, which is where I get mine. And then in here, I built these cabinets out of some old OSB and some 3/4 ply and some pallet bits, and then I've got gravels, and behind there is an old electric remote control old toy that I'm going to try and fix for a friend. And then I've got all sorts in here. And then I've got firewood, which well, it was a barbed wire that came in there, but I put my firewood in there, which I made myself, weathering stuff and all sorts. And then I've got some fencing stuff, some animals. They're the round bits still to be split. Then I've got some more working on stuff down here, and then grass and all sorts. And then over here I still need to make some cabinets for down here, because this bit is reasonably new because I used to have a kayak along this side, which is why the foam's there. So I've still got to make some cabinets for underneath. I've got a bin there. And then this crate is for when we go outside in the summer, just take everything we need. So like essentially for the glue guns, and bag of nails and all sorts when we're building the bigger displays for the shows and trusses or whatnot. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much for all the support, and see you again soon.